Did it switch? It did not switch. Yeah, you're fine. This is weird. I'm not exhausted. I'm doing good. Give me a minute. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. You don't have to log out as her. It's
I know.
fine.
My OCD is not gonna let this happen though. You're right back.
Okay. All right. Well, we know he's coming on, so that's good. All right. Let's see how many. Oh, good job, guys. 62 people on the call. This is awesome. Good stuff. You can record, I am too. And I will share, I will upload to YouTube, and I will definitely share. It's already recording.
There now. Okay, I'm good.
All right, he's back as himself.
Sorry, Lori. Come on. You know this about me. I like your shirt, by the way. All right. So, is it good? Is there too much glare? I'm not at home. I'm up at my dad's, so it's a little like, yeah. So I'm on my little tiny laptop. So I'm like, how's the view? Is it okay?
It's good.
Okay. All right. Cool. So let's get going because I have. I'm sorry. We have 29 minutes. I've got a bunch of calls scheduled today. So let's go, girl.
Let's do it. All right. So first I have two questions from the people that are on this call right now. One is, what do you recommend for those that cannot have recover?
Okay, cool. That's a good question. First of all, hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. I'm Joel, by the way. Joel Freeman. I work for Beachbody, and I have a program coming out called LIIFT4, if you haven't heard of it. But you should, because it's cool. Okay. So anyway, Laura, I didn't know if you had done like an intro ahead of time or what.
Are you kidding? We've been on for 10 minutes talking about how.
Okay, sorry, guys. All right, cool. Let's get into questions then. Let's go into it. So for people who cannot have recovered, so I know that, there's a lot of people who, can't do whey or casein protein, which the Recharge has. Honestly, the best suggestion I can give you on that one, and this is also based on some great combos I've had with the Beachbody performance team, is to do Shakeology vegan after your workout, as you would with Recover.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just told them also, protein whenever you're hungry.
Yeah, protein, man. Yeah.
So what makes LIIFT4 so unique to any of the other programs that we've done so far in Beachbody?
Besides the fact that I'm in it,
yeah,
I got to write it. Besides that, well, a couple of things. So for those of you who don't know me in terms of my background, which most people don't, I've actually been in the health and fitness industry now for over 15 years, and in every facet of it, really. I started at the front desk of a small gym in West Texas when I was 19, 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift. That was what I first started with, and then have just I've worked my way up over the years, and have been on the business side of it for a very long time. And then, taught group exercise, worked for the Washington State Department of Health for 4 years. So I've seen a lot of different angles of the health and fitness industry. And one of the things I've noticed is we're still having the same conversations now, like that we did 15 years ago. And the conversations haven't changed. Like, we're still 80% of the population doesn't work out, and we can't keep people to sticking with retention of a fitness program or your challenge groups, right? I get that question all the time. People are asking, like, hey, how do I get someone to stay in my challenge group and actively participate? Like, we're still having the same, our society still has the same commitment issues, basically, when it comes to a healthy fitness relationship. And we won't talk about their personal relationships because that's a whole nother time subject matter. We don't have, So it comes down to the fact of, like, okay, what are we missing? We're missing something at this point. And so what I wanted to do was go after a project in a different way and design something that came from a perspective of how I truly believe health and fitness should be. And luckily, Carl, the initial conversation we had a couple years ago when we first started talking about this concept and ideas, he was very much in line with it, because Carl's very much like me. He doesn't really want to work out and doesn't really want to eat healthy. And neither do I. Like, this is my job, but, like, you guys, I am a little 9-year-old fat kid trapped in a 35-year-old man's body. Like, I would much rather just eat pizza and nachos every single day. I really, really would. I guess not 9 years old, because I also like scotch, and 9-year-olds shouldn't drink scotch. But so it just, but that's the reality of it. So I wanted to create something that was realistic, was sustainable, that people could stick with for the rest of their life, because we know that people need to lift and do resistance training for forever. That's how you're going to keep living and keep walking as you grow older, just for starters. And then something that works for you, works with your life, works with your lifestyle, works with your life, how it changes every single day. Look, we all wake up with the best of intentions of working out, and then life happens, right? And then you're like, crap, I didn't get to do it. So I wanted to create something that is unique in the sense that this is the first program I truly feel maybe ever that you can mold around your life. And Laura, you could probably back me up on that one.
Oh my gosh, completely, 100%. Even just going to Summit this weekend, I was able to not miss out on anything because of the 3 rest days. You can figure that out and make it work to, you know, if you have to go away or you have a vacation or something over the weekend or something during the week, and you can push your workout. So yeah, life definitely didn't get in the way, and this didn't get in the way of life. So I love that. So with that being said, and I get this question all the time, what do you have to do with LIIFT4 because it's only 4 days a week? And I say I did nothing, and no one believes that.
Look, here's the deal, you guys. For most of you, you're coming out of an 80-day obsession, which is a great program. Don't get me wrong. Every program is great. But you have to remember that every program has a specific goal and intent and end result in mind. Like Core de Force, one of my personal favorites, is a 30-day shredding program, right? So it's meant to, we had you doing something every single day for 30 days to get you as shredded as possible in those 30 days. We tweak your diet, we do all these things. That's awesome, and that works, but that's not sustainable. That's not something you can just keep doing every 30 days for the rest of your life, right? So it's not necessarily, so that's why this is a whole new concept. And I get it. This is going to be this is not just going to be a physical shift. This is going to be a mental shift for you guys, because you've been doing this, doing 6 days, for an hour plus, those 6 days. And then like that, you're coming from like one of probably the strict, the most strict regimented program, maybe in the Beachbody library, to probably the least strict, regimented program in the Beachbody library. And to be honest with you, I think the results are going to be, I'm not going to compare results because it's 2 different things, but you're still going to get amazing results on it. The point of all that, guys, is number one, you have to relax. And I say this to the test group all the time. I'm going to say it to you guys a lot too. Let's just think common sense here. 1, Beachbody is not going to put a program out that doesn't work. And 2, I wouldn't do that either, So like, let's just think common sense here. There we go. Now, when it comes to the 4 days on, 3 days off, you have to remember that so much focus, the pendulum has swung this direction to the point where it's so much focus on the actual workouts. Like everyone's freaking out. Like, I have to work out 6-7 days a week to get results. No, you don't. It's not about how many days you're working out. It's about what you're actually doing during the workout, and to what intensity, and to what level, and to what type of muscle training you're doing. When you go lighter weights and more reps, in terms of other programs, even back, the day when we did Les Mills Pump, it's a different type of training versus what we're doing in LIIFT4. It's hypertrophy training, which is 3 sets of 10, which allows you to go heavier than you've ever gone before. And unless you've done a program, maybe like Body Beast, this will be the heaviest you'll ever lift in a program. I promise you. But it's just a different mindset. It's a different concept. So you have to, the reason it's 4 on, 3 off, is because you have to give your body time to recover. Like, you guys are so used to going 6-7 days a week. You're overtraining your bodies right now, and you don't even realize it. That's actually hindering your results. So that's why with LIIFT4, it's like, look, trust the process, trust your trainer. I promise you I wouldn't steer you wrong on this. Do the 4 days. And you guys also remember too, you've been doing the B4 workouts, and those are great. Those are only 20 minutes. So take that same intensity, that same pacing, and put that into 30-40 minutes. It's going to be full on, and you will be sore the next day, and you're going to have to give your body time to recover. The more time it gets, the more time that goes by in terms of recovery, the better it's going to get. I promise you on that one. That's why Lori and the rest of the team got so strong so quickly, because they actually for once were giving their body time to rest. So with all that said, here's the deal with the rest days. It just simply means you're not going to lift, and you're not going to do any HIIT training, high intensity interval training. That's it. Like, that's it. Seriously, do whatever else you want. And that's the point of this, is to live your life. Get your life back. Swim, bike, run, chase your children. That's a freaking activity. Like, whatever it is, do those things. Just don't just don't lift, and don't do anything that's super high intensity. That's really it.
Love it. While we're still on the fitness part, what would you say the bands are comparing to weight? Like, how much weight is the band that comes with the program?
Well, the resistance bands, I believe, are 10 and 20 pound bands. I think either 10 or 20 or 15 and 20. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Those are an option, and we wanted to create something, again, when I'm thinking of all the barriers to people, when it comes to starting a fitness program in terms of time, effort. I don't have equipment, that's why we did it this way. And that's also why there's the resistance band option, the band and fire split screen on bod. But you can't really compare it because the program itself is tested on dumbbells. Dumbbells are so amazing in terms of going into the weight training component. Resistance bands aren't the same. Someone asked me last night on another call, like, will they get just as good results doing the resistance bands instead of the dumbbells? I can't say yes to that because we didn't test that. Will you still get results? Absolutely. But ultimately, I would love to try to get everybody on the dumbbells.
Agreed, 100%. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about nutrition. I have a lot of people asking, and a few people even on this call, is it okay to do with 2B Mindset?
So yeah, a lot of people are asking that. First of all, I love 2B Mindset. I think it's amazing. I love what Ileana did because it's simple. I love simple. So that's what I love about it. But remember, you just guys have to remember that not just with 2B Mindset, every program, because every time a program comes out, people are like, can I do this program with this program, this nutrition plan, this nutrition plan? You guys, they sync up for a reason. Like there's a reason why LIIFT4 has a nutrition plan. And there's a reason why Quarter Force has a nutrition plan. And there's a reason why 80 Days Obsession has a nutrition plan. You guys have to, again, use common sense here. I know you might like this one, but the nutrition plans go with the program for a reason. So the reason why you need to start with the LIIFT4 nutrition plan is because we have to make sure that you're fueling your body, you're giving your body enough calories, and specifically enough protein. That's going to be the biggest thing. But here's the thing about the LIIFT4 nutrition plan. It's not any different than you should be eating really anyway. And what I mean by that is basic nutritional macros in terms of percentages. Basic nutrition, unless you're going for something specific, is 30% protein, 40% carbs, 30% fats. That's the LIIFT4 nutrition plan. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's really not. It really is that simple. And the only thing but the reason for that is because, again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. I wanted to create something that was sustainable. So when this is over, at the end of the 8 weeks, you don't have to change your diet. You don't have to change the way you're eating. You just need to keep eating this way, and you'll still keep seeing results. So, with what we did, though, is we keep this a generic calculation because we're going, we have to keep it generic because we're going after a lot of people here. So you do your weight, you take your weight, you do your basic calculation, that puts you into a bracket. Most of you ladies are going to be starting out, and it's going to put you into a calorie bracket A. And I don't know, I have to go back and look at the nutrition plan because a lot of people are missing this, you guys. Calorie bracket A is basically a losing bracket. Like, it's meant to lose weight. It says in the nutrition plan that if you are not trying to really lose weight, because we all have, lose weight is one thing, but lose a couple pounds and tone up and firm up, which most of you guys want to do. You actually should be bumping up 2 brackets and going into bracket C. So go back and read the nutrition plan again, because I know it's in there. I'm fairly positive it's in there. Maybe I missed it. But I know I've had a lot of people asking me about that. So go off of that. And then, sorry, long answer to your question here. With the 2B Mindset is once you establish your calorie brackets, your bracket for LIIFT4, you can absolutely pull some of the principles of 2B Mindset in terms of what to eat and those types of things. That's totally cool. It's the same thing of the containers. The program is container friendly. There's a page talking about the containers, but it's not based around the containers because, again, I'm going for sustainability here, and I love the containers. I think they're phenomenal. I don't necessarily think that they're the best thing long term. I don't see that as a sustainable practice for the general population. So that's why it's this way. But I think they're phenomenal. So if someone needs that help, if it's a beginner and they need the help on knowing what portions to use, then get them the damn containers. Absolutely. So it's compatible with everything, but you just have to start with the LIIFT4 calorie plan and go from there. Now, in the macros, you guys don't freak out. The macros are built into that already, so you don't have to already track it. Okay, it's just basic eating. I promise.
So I'm going to just talk a tiny bit because I did plan A for like 2 days and I was starving because I thought, oh, I want to lose like 5 pounds. That's not a weight loss. So I bumped right up to C. And then one day I wanted to see if it aligned with the 30-40-30. So I used your Lose It app that Brienne recommended, and it was exactly identical. I'm eating the containers and I'm aligning with the macros. Then I tried 2B Mindset one day. Same thing. Macros were perfect. So like Joel said, it's all giving you what you need. Just pick what works for you. The flexibility is amazing.
Yeah. It's just, seriously, guys, what this is just establishing realistic expectations and sustainable practices. That's all this is. Like, this is not, there's no gimmick behind this at all. Like, we're not, that was why I was so excited to go down this route and really go after it, even not just with LIIFT4, the fitness program, but the nutrition plan as well, just to get rid of all of that. Like, there's enough gimmicks out there. There's enough stuff out there. It all works. We're not dissing any of it. We're just saying, look, we've done all this and yet we're still missing 80% of the population. So how about we go about this a different way?
So on nutrition still, talk a tiny bit about treat days. I don't even like calling them cheat days. Yeah. Cheat connotates like a negative. So I always say it's a treat. So treat day doesn't mean the whole day. So talk about that for a little bit.
Well, you got some people take things literal, but look, it's the same. Again, you guys have to think about this because and I remember I talked a lot about this when we did even the Core de Force, when we started Core de Force and we were doing calls. Look, you guys, you're in this, and I love the questions, but you guys are so involved in this at a granular scale right now, like, because you have it under the microscope because you want to know how it's going to work for you and all this stuff. But like, let's go general. Okay. We got to think general on this. That's why we said rest days and cheat days. Like, are those my favorite words to use? No, I would have liked to use like a flex day or something like that. But again, you have to think of the 80% of the population that aren't doing anything right now. Okay. Those are who we're going after. You have to from this standpoint, and I know it's hard because we're selfish human beings. We want to know what's in it for us, but think about them. So that's why we say give them rest days, because then they're like, oh my God, okay, cool. I don't have to work out today. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll still do yoga or something like that because they're going to need to. But it's the same thing with the cheat day. It's just this mental release that we're giving people. It doesn't mean that it has to be the whole day. It's just saying, you know what? Just chill. Relax, loosen the reins a little bit. It's giving people the option and the ability to go out and do whatever that may be when it comes to a cheat. So, because a lot of times people are going, it's this all or nothing mentality. Here's the deal. It's the all or nothing mentality that I want to get rid of. We have to get rid of it because this all or nothing mentality does not work for the general. It doesn't work for me. I don't like, F that. No way. Like, I'm just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. So like, I had a glass of wine last night and it was a Monday night. And I am fine with that. Like, I'm actually not even working out this week at all, just because if you didn't know, I got wonderful food poisoning at Summit. And so it took me, like, I'm still coming back from that. And I thought about working out this morning and I was like, and I got up, I was like, oh, I have no energy. And like, so I'm listening to my body. I'm going to just keep relaxing. And it's just like, but just imagine that if you had that thought process in a program right now where it's 5-6 days a week, you'd be freaking out because you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to fall behind and I'm going to lose. I'm going to have to make up these workouts and I'm going to have to do double, like 2 workouts a day and all this stuff. I'm like, to which I'm like, all right, I'll work out next week. I'll be good. And I'm not going to feel like I'm behind or anything. So it's just, it's the mental stuff with the cheat day and everything that we're just trying to give people, like, you guys, this is fitness, man. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to enhance your life. It's just going to relax you a little bit. So the cheat day is just use it where you need to. Use it on a rest day. I do prefer the cheat day meal, whatever, to be on a rest day before you go into a workout the next day, because those are extra calories and extra energy in your body to burn off.
I think it's important too, because a lot of times people go all or nothing and then they binge because they haven't had it in so long, whatever the thing is that they want. So you force us to factor it in once a week. And we look forward to it and we earn it. And then the next day we're like, okay, I'm back on it. Yeah.
You're like, cool, good. Got it out of my system. Done. Yeah. We got to get rid of the binging too. Like going 60, 30, 60, 80, 90, whatever it is. And then coming into it, like that's a huge shock to your body too. Like that's not necessarily the healthiest thing to do in the world, but we don't have time to talk about that.
So what would you say to someone that needs to lose a significant amount of weight? Would you recommend this program or would you recommend more of a beginner program?
Well, look, I get on the top. I know on the top sheet from Beachbody, this says it's an intermediate to an advanced program. That they pretty much like you have to do that because of the wording, or just because of the way it's paced and intensity of it. I wouldn't design a program. It's the same thing when we did the all girl trailer, and it was like, hey, Joel designed a girls only program. Yeah, like I'm gonna just completely nix my gender. So it's not that. This program is for everybody, every gender, and every body. And I made sure of that. And the thing is, it is for everybody. So I have a lot of questions and messages from people saying I have 50, 100 pounds to lose. Can I still lose program? Absolutely. You just have to modify where necessary. But what I always remind anybody that has anything over, pretty much anything over 20 pounds, I think is a good number to start with. Anything over 20 pounds to lose. Because you got to be healthy. Like we had a lot of people that lost some great amount of weight in the first 8 weeks. But I like to set, when I was a personal trainer, I set realistic expectations, and I'm like, okay, we're going 1 to 2 pounds a week is safe, and that's sustainable and it's long term. That's what I go off of. So if anybody has over more than 20 pounds to lose, I tell them, hey, look, let me just get this into your brain. It didn't take you 8 weeks to gain those 20 pounds or more, 50 or 100. Okay, so this is going to be a journey. Now, if you're ready to start the journey right now, awesome. We're going to start July 16th. You're going to do 8 weeks of LIIFT4. You're going to see some amazing results, and we're going to keep going. Just keep consistently going on that. So it is totally cool for everyone to do. I just want to make sure that everyone is helping people. You guys, especially as coaches, hopefully are talking to people and helping them set realistic expectations.
Yeah, I love that. And I mean, my husband did the test group with us. He rocked it. He was nervous about 4 days, but he got results like he never thought.
He looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's surprised too. And then my 12-year-old daughter started the program to help her with her basketball. So it really, truly is, I believe, for everyone.
Yeah.
So I have another question from a coach on here. Do you go for it right away and lift heavier than you think you're used to in that first week? And I know for me, I use the first week as like a baseline because we track. So how would you answer that one?
Actually, I think it's even easier for you guys now than it is for Lori was when coming into this, because you guys are doing the B4 workouts, hopefully, and have at least gotten a sense of what that feels like. And I know I said it in the B4 workouts, and on July 16th or that first week, there's also going to be a thing coming called what do we call it? I think it was called LIIFT4, Intro to LIIFT4 or Weightlifting 101. I can't remember what they ended up calling it, but it's like I think it's like a 9-minute video that I filmed about, really kind of helping you choose your weight and how it should feel. But if you guys really listen to my cues and even the B4 workouts, I'm telling you how you should be feeling at that certain point. By the 8th rep is when it should start feeling heavy. And, and then you should be able to do at least 10, but you shouldn't be able to do 11 or 12. Like that's your gauge. So, I'm seeing a lot of people doing B4 right now. They're tagging me. I love seeing all the videos, but I'm seeing, a lot of people using 5-pound dumbbells on a chest exercise when I know you could be doubling, tripling that right now. So, it's just everyone is used to something else. That's fine. It's going to take a little bit of time. So look, the easiest thing to do is to try the heavier weight and drop it if you have to. Why not? You're not going to, I guarantee you, none of you based on that question, and unless you guys have, none of you are going to lift enough weight right off the bat to really hurt yourselves, because you guys are still kind of gun shy about lifting heavier weight. I hope that makes sense. You're used to lifting the 5 and the 10 pounds. So you're thinking heavier, 12, 15 pounds and you can ask Lori, when my goal at the end of this is to have you guys all pushing 30s. That's going to happen and you can do it. So try the heavier weight and don't be afraid of it. You guys, you're not going to get bulky. That's not true. Muscle grows or it shrinks. Bulk and fluff is fat. Okay. It's not muscle. I promise you. So get away from that mindset and the more muscle you have on your body, you actually want more muscle. The more muscle you have on your body, the stronger you are, the better your body performs, the more calories you burn by just sitting here, because your resting metabolic rate goes up. There's just so many benefits to it. You got to get after it.
I love that. Okay. So you have 5 minutes. So what parting words do you have for us to kick this off and maybe talk about the live on Saturday a little bit?
Parting words. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I don't know, do you want me to answer the questions in the chat box?
I kind of was asking them.
I don't know if there's a couple other ones. I just want to make sure I answer everybody's questions before I jump off.
Go ahead.
because I thought I saw someone. So the program won't mess up his numbers even if he's connected to the store. So like Kaylee is asking about the your husband already lifts heavy and is a numbers guy. How much he lifts? How do you explain this program that won't mess up his numbers even if he's committed to me with doing this program? Cool. I guarantee you the way your husband lifts when it comes to heavier weights is not the LIIFT4 pacing. It's the traditional lifting of where you do your reps and you probably check your Instagram and check yourself in the mirror, and then you go and do another set, and then you do, check your Facebook, and then you go do another set. It probably takes about an hour to an hour and a half, right? That's fine. If he wants to keep doing that, that's great. Now, what's going to happen is when you do LIIFT4, I guarantee you, because the pacing is so quick, the 60-second, like the breaks are the longest way, the longest break you have. No way you can go heavy at your max weight. This is hypertrophy training, which means we're going to 70 to 80% of our 70 to 80% of our 1 rep max weight. So he's going to have to back it down. That's going to be an ego thing, but I promise you it still works. I know I can lift more than I do physically when I'm doing LIIFT4, but it's not my point. I'm not going for max weight. I'm going for the results that LIIFT4 is going to give me. So that was that. In terms of, Courtney asked about marathon training. Absolutely, this is a phenomenal program for that. You still need to make sure you're doing, everybody, no matter what you're training for, guys, you have to do some sort of weightlifting, okay? You have to do resistance training. So but you can mold the days around with your rest days whenever you need your long run. So say your long run is on a Saturday, or if it's on a Sunday, you don't even have to change anything. Because you would finish on a Friday, have a rest day on Saturday, do your long run on Sunday, and then you would come back in to do upper body on Monday. If it's a different day, then absolutely just move the schedule around as you need to. My thoughts, Kelly, on doing LIIFT4 in combination with CrossFit. I got to say no to that because CrossFit is pretty high intensity and lifting and a lot of things, and you do whatever you want, but just know that you're not going to get the best possible benefits by combining those two things, because that's just a lot. You're just not getting your body any rest. It also depends on how many times a week you do CrossFit. If you want to do CrossFit, like if you're only doing like once a week, you could probably get away with it like on the weekend or something like that. But if it's any more than that, I don't know. I got my own issues with CrossFit, after all my lovely back injections that I have to get from years of doing it a long time ago. Okay, I think I got all that. Sharon, you do Krav Maga a few nights a week. Is this a problem with this program? I don't see any reason for that. Have fun choking people out. And in terms of range of weights for Emily, ladies have, 5, honestly, between 5s to 20s. Go get heavier weights, do it. And then guys, between 10 to 30s to start in terms of how you are in terms of your fitness. Lori, adding extra cardio for weight loss. Look, you can do whatever you want. I mean, on those rest days, but get out of this mindset of adding extra cardio. Look, extra cardio, yes. Does it burn calories? Does it help put you in a caloric deficit? Yes. But the more muscle you build, muscles burn more calories for longer than cardio. Cardio is just expelling calories that time of exercise. What we're trying to do is go after and change your body composition, okay? It's not just trying to lose weight. It's trying to put more muscle on your body, lose fat, which will happen as you're burning more calories. And as the more we change your body composition in these 8 weeks and just continue to keep going, then we're trying to basically make your body a calorie burning machine. That's the idea, to where then you don't have to do extra cardio. Okay, so kind of get out of this mindset of extra cardio. You can just do whatever you want. Like if you want to go for a bike ride or something like that, absolutely. But like in terms of just sitting on the elliptical or on the treadmill, shoot me. That sounds horrible. But just go out and be active. And as long as you're pushing yourself, like just push yourself. Just like that's what I'm asking everybody is to trust the process. Trust me, I promise you. Look at Lori, look at her husband, look at the test group. Like you guys, this stuff works. And Lori is not bulky. She's phenomenal. She's fit, and she's had it. Like you've had some children, like, come on, it works. You just got to trust it. I promise. So relax, get your butts into the test group on the 16th. The live workout, the live stream is this Saturday, which will be fun because I'm taking the whole week off. So I'm going to jump right into that workout. So I'm going to die on Saturday too. I'm really excited about that. that is going to be on my Instagram, Joel Freeman Fitness, and then it's also going to be on Beachbody, their Facebook and their Instagrams, and like everyone's just basically going to be holding phones. I'm going to pull some of the cast in, and we're going to do the free preview workout. I'm going to answer all your questions. So if you have anybody on the fence about this program, get them to do that on Saturday if you can, 8 a.m. Pacific time and 11 Eastern, and then just let's get into the group, man, and let's have some fun.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thank you so much. My little LIIFT4 wanted to.
Hey, girl. I see you. Here.
Thank you so much for taking time. Say hi to your dad.
Lori. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, you guys. Thank you all for coming. We hit the max. If anyone has any other questions or wants to chat or ask anything about challenge groups, if not, you can just jump off. That was amazing. Thank you. Awesome. I will let this upload, put it on YouTube. You see people now?
Hey, Lori, quick question.
Go ahead.
Do you have a vegan program or anything? So like I have a fit challenger that has she's vegan. So is there a nutrition plan for that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's just like every other program we've ever done. There's always vegan options. I mean, It doesn't come with a specific eat this, this, and this, but it has eat this many proteins. So your vegan person is going to figure out what proteins she eats and fit that in. It's just like for us, right? Like maybe, I eat fish, but you don't. So you just have to figure out what works for you. We really didn't make specific meal plans. It really was so flexible and so just chill. Like, I'm a container person, so of course I did the containers, and I just was a lot more relaxed during this than I've ever been. And I think that in my whole 3.5 years of doing Beachbody programs, I got the most results for the least amount of effort and workouts, especially like he said, and I didn't want to say it, but especially coming off of 80 Day Obsession. I am a huge Autumn fan. Every program that she's come out with, I love. But what a breath of fresh air to do this program after coming off of a program that ran my life, I felt like. But still a great program. Just this is going to be so relaxing and 30 minutes a day, and you don't have to get up 30 minutes before to, eat and all of that. But I don't know why I got there with your vegan question, but that's where I went.
You're good.
What else? Any other questions for me about I feel like the only thing I can say is exactly what he said, like trust this program. In the first week, my husband was like, there's no way, 4 days a week. And I'm not even lifting as heavy as I do in the gym. And I need a bar, and I need my, bench. He used his bench for 1 day. But you don't need to. You can lay flat on the floor. I think you guys have seen he's on the bench, I'm on the floor. You just have to trust it. In the first couple of weeks, you would say, lift heavier, lift heavier, lift heavier. Do that. Like if you are not straining by rep 6, 7, you're not pushing enough. Like 8, 9, and 10 should be like, 10 should be like, oh my God, I can barely do it. Like you want to like help yourself. So I think that was really hard for a lot of the test group people to get used to in the beginning, because I think at-home programs, that's the only reason why people don't see success, because they're not pushing themselves hard enough, to be honest with you. And, if you're at the gym with a trainer, they're going to push you hard enough. And I really feel like if you listen to his cues, he says all the right things at the most perfect time. If you have a mirror, even if it's just like a long wardrobe mirror that you can stand up in front of, or a reflection on a window so you can actually see when he says, keep your elbows. I think a lot of people, when they do biceps, they go, and you're not working your biceps. So like he tells you to keep your elbows next to you, and you look in the mirror and you're like, okay, I see an L. So if you don't see that L and you're not, so little cues like that, he does the entire time. The workouts fly by too. So trust it. All right. Any other, let's see. He suggested 5 and 10s for women and 10s and 30s for men. I would actually say that was a little lax. I would say it depends on who you're talking to. A couple that's coming to you that's just starting out, yes. But a couple, like most of you who are already in this and fit, and you and your husband are looking to do something together, like I bought my husband the 1090s because the 552s I knew were not going to be good enough. And the 552s are the weights that go up to 52 pounds. The 1090s go up to 90. So I bought him those for 2 reasons. We could work out together at the same time, and also because I knew he was going to need more weights. And he did after the first week. Like he was benching 50s and he's like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I was like, okay, Amazon purchase. So yeah, they're expensive, but you know, you're investing in an amazing thing. If you can get weights, a rack of weights, great. A lot of people in the test group went to the gym because they didn't have all the weights. So there's options for sure. What else? Let's see. I've been using 15 to 30 for B4 LIIFT4. Okay. Awesome. So if you're finding that B4 LIIFT4, that's not enough weights, maybe you want to, you know, get some more. I bought some 6s and 8s for my daughter who you saw because she's doing this program for basketball. So it's definitely a family affair in the house. What else? Anyone else have any other questions about LIIFT4? Who's going to do the live workout on Saturday? 11 o'clock Eastern for us Easterners. That's going to be tough, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. My 6-year-old broke out the 3-pound weights. Nice. That's awesome. All right. What other, pre-workout meal before the workouts. If you are doing 80-day and you're used to that, go for it. For me, that was my least favorite thing in 80-day obsession. And I attribute that to a little bit of weight gain that I wasn't happy with. So I don't do that, and I've never felt better. I love working out fasted. I have my Energize, and I go, and maybe a cup of coffee too. I read my personal development while I'm waiting for it to kick in. Big fan of 2 scoops of Energize too, so that's allowed. But they announced at Summit not to do the scoop in your mouth anymore. So if anyone on here does that, mix it with the water and ice and drink it. They're not recommending you do the shot anymore because it stains your teeth. I think it's gross, but I like to enjoy mine. But anyway, the performance line. And we didn't really talk about this a lot with him because we talk about so much other great stuff, but he's a huge proponent of, obviously, Energize. Everyone is, but Recover and Recharge are his favorite 2 performance lines. And if you have anyone that's like worried about getting results, it's not enough, be like, okay, well then get the performance line with it. I know for my husband and I, when we agreed to do this program, we were all in. He even did the creatine, which a lot of women in the test group did too. I did not. I was nervous about the bulk. I'm still deciding if I'm going to do it with round 2. I don't know. I'm not really looking to bulk up. Maybe some of my nutrition people can talk about that in our group, but it's an option and we have it. So yeah, I would definitely talk up performance line for anyone that's skeptical of seeing results and for not being sore AF. Because really, like that first week, I was like, I haven't felt like this since 21 Day Fix, like sitting down to go to the toilet or down the stairs, or, you know, you're really going to tap into muscles that we haven't tapped into in a long, long time. It's a good pain. Any other questions? This was great, guys. Thank you so much. I think we might have maxed out at 99 people, but I recorded it. I will share it with Courtney. Courtney can share it with her team. I'll share it in my team. I'll share it with Maren. Anything else before we sign off? That's it. I hope you got lots of pictures. How cute was he? All right, I'll stop recording because I